Welcome back, DoomTubers. DoomWaves back here. It's time to look at a game. Now, I'm not high-tech or fancy enough to put video or still shots, even for that matter, in this video. But I am going to talk about it, and if you watched my last pickup video, which I recorded yesterday, you might know what game I'm talking about, and I already ranted in that video for quite a while. I'm not sure why I ranted in it so much. Probably just because I was mad that this game got such bad reviews. The game is Front Mission Evolved. I bought this game really recently. It was like 14 bucks in my local Dollar General, brand new, for the Xbox 360. I guess I just mentioned that. I'm not sure if it's on the PS3 or not. It might be. Anyway, this game kind of splits its time between a third-person mech shooter and also a third-person shooter, just in general, where you run around with a gun shooting people. More so on the mech side, and the mechs in this game are called Wanzers. And I think this is, like, I want to say the fourth installment of the Front Mission series. I'm not positive, though, because I don't know if there's any spin-offs, any other spin-offs or anything like that, but I know there was at least a Front Mission 3, and this is Front Mission Evolved, so, you know, I don't quote me on which numbered, or, you know, which game this is as far as numbers go, but it is developed or made by Square Enix, you know, famous for the RPGs, you know, the Dragon Warrior games and the Final Fantasy games and all that stuff. A company that needs no introduction, but they make other stuff too besides RPGs, and I guess that the other games in the series, in the Front Mission series, were strategy or tactical RPGs. So this game was a definite departure from that, and a lot of people would say they probably just, you know, tacked on the Front Mission title because it, you know, still used the mechs and things like that. But really, this is not an RPG at all, not at all, and so I think that kind of made a lot of people mad, you know, in terms of the Front Mission series was almost like a betrayal. Well, it does say Evolved, so I'll give it that. But being that this is my first game in the Front Mission series, I was really happy. And this game, it came out in like 2010, and I think I mentioned it in my pickup video. It does have a really nice multiplayer feature. Of course, I don't know if the servers are down or not. I actually don't know how to tell, but no one is playing this online right now. So, you know, it's been out for a while, and there's lots of other multiplayer games out there that are, you know, just as much fun, if not more fun, than Front Mission Evolved. So, you know, it kind of fell from grace in that sense. Obviously I didn't get to experience the multiplayer function. I wish I could have. I'd like to get some friends together and play this game. I'm not sure if there's a co-op mode. I don't think there is. No, I don't think there is a co-op mode, but that would be cool if there was. There's still some DLC available. I didn't bother downloading it. A lot of it costs Microsoft points to download it, but most of it was just new maps and weapons for the multiplayer. So that leads me to believe that the servers are still there, but no one is playing. So I didn't bother, and you know, I really had no, you know, I don't need to spend money to upgrade things on Front Mission Evolved when no one is ever going to play. But in getting to the campaign is what I did complete, and in a lot of ways, I think that the fact that the campaign was very short. Was a very short campaign. I think I just bought this game Friday, and I played it on easy mode. And I want to say it took me between 6 and 8 hours, and there maybe more like 8 to 10. I really didn't keep track. It's really lots of action. Kind of a corny storyline, but pretty good, really good looking cutscenes. And you know, I think that the voice acting at times was a little. It was good, but like I've seen some other reviews where they criticize the fact that there's these really long dramatic pauses that that really just break up the conversation really badly. And they're right, it does, you know. But for me, it didn't really take away from it too much. The story is very, very shallow. You know, it doesn't go too deep, and doesn't give you a lot of details on you know, much of anything. It's very, you know, skimming the surface of it. And I hate using this word, and I hate it when other people use this word. Throw it around so much, but it is very linear, and I think the reason that I hate the word linear is because as far as games go, I'm not positive of the correct use of the word. I want to say that linear in this sense means there's a point A and a point B. There's no deviation, and I'm pretty sure that's right, and that's the way this game is. But there's lots of action, lots of things blowing up, and your ability to customize your Wanzer with all different kinds of weapons, all different kinds of armor, and you can do this customization because the more stuff you blow up, you get money, and then when you get more money, you can customize your Wanzer. And there's all kinds of rifles, assault machine guns, heavy machine guns, medium machine guns, light machine guns, shotguns, melee objects, big shields that you can hold, and you can also use shoulder weapons as well. You can have like a rocket launcher and a Gatling gun, you know, on your shoulders, and it uses the Xbox's bumper buttons, left and right bumpers, to use those weapons. So there is times where, you know, depending on, you know, what the battle is, you might be like pulling all 4 triggers at once. So which is kind of, you know, kind of crazy. Get some claw action on the controller, but it is really cool that you can equip that many weapons to use at once. And there was times where I kept a shield on my left arm, you know, so my left trigger was constantly pulled because I was holding I would hold the shield in front of my Wanzer while I was shooting with the Gatling gun and the rocket launchers on my shoulder, because when you use the weapon in your right hand, you put the shield down, which I thought was kind of stupid. At close range, obviously the shotguns are really, you know, really powerful, and, you know, and there's different levels of each gun, you know, that, you know, more expensive, more powerful, that kind of stuff. And there's also lots of armor upgrades and different perks. They call them backpacks. You wear it on the, you know, goes on the back of your Wanzer, and it does things like boost your speed or give you like an anti-missile thing that like shoots up flares that missiles are attracted to, and that kind of stuff. And there's, you know, all different. There's tons of customization. You can customize the color of your Wanzer and the legs that it has. There's like 4 legs or 2 legs. It's crazy. You know, it's really good. And so yeah, I think because it's got such high action, and because the story is kind of shallow, and because, you know, it's, you know, whatever, you know, it's probably a good thing that it's a pretty short game. It's kind of repetitive. I mean, yeah, you're accomplishing a goal, you're, you know, trying to get from A to B, but really you just, you know, go and blow up a whole bunch of stuff. You know, there's not a whole lot of deviation from that. There really isn't like any stealthy kind of things where you're like going to just find something or anything like that. You're pretty much always just going, blowing up everything in your path, which is fine, you know, for a game that's only 6 to 10 hours and only costs $15. I had a lot of fun with this. I do recommend this game if you do like high action and good graphics, a good story, even though it's really shallow and kind of corny at times, but it is all in all a good story. I mean, there's a love story involved, but whatever. It doesn't take away from the story to me at all. The characters are likable, and yeah, it's just a really good game. I do recommend it for anyone, like I said, who enjoys a mech type game or a third-person shooter with lots and lots of action. But do not go into this thinking just because you see Square Enix on the bottom and you're familiar with the name Front Mission that it's an RPG or even a strategy RPG, because it's not like that at all. It's purely action. The third-person shooter. It's really fun. I do recommend this a lot. I had a great time with it. Like I said, I played it on easy, and I just beat it a little bit ago. And the hardest thing about the game, and I don't know if it's, you know, a lot worse on the harder modes, I'm sure that it is, the boss battles are really hard. Some of them you'll curse a lot. One of the very last battles, I tried so many times to beat it last night. I changed my weapons a whole bunch of times and just couldn't figure out the right formula to do it. So finally, I put it down, and this evening I picked it back up. Didn't change anything from the last time I changed it last night. What do you know? I beat him the first try. I don't know why that happened. I don't know how that happened. And then I went on and just went ahead and finished the game. I had a feeling I was pretty close to the end because I had heard that it was a pretty short game, and I was at the place where the bad guy was. So I had a feeling that I was pretty close to the end of the game. So I went ahead and finished it out. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning on a Monday morning. I got to be at work later on. But, so I'll try to get some shut-eye right now. But I want to go ahead and do this review while the information was still really fresh in my mind because I did just beat the game. So, all in all, I do recommend this game. Like I said, Front Mission Evolved for the Xbox 360. It might be on the PS3 also. I'm really not sure. Square Enix, can't go wrong. Especially because it's so cheap. This was brand new. It cost me $15, roughly. So, I'm sure you can find a used copy for a little bit of nothing. So check it out. Please do yourself a favor. It's a good game. If you like high action third-person shooters or mechs, check it out. Alright, that's all I got for you. Doom Waves, out.